Hey guys, how's it going? This is your boy Coach E Kong, and this is my weekly vlog. New vision for your nutrition, my unfiltered perspective, tips and advice on health. Today, we're continuing our weight loss fairy tales. We're in part three being reduced fat. How I want to start off is I just wanted to kind of clarify the terminology of what is deemed low-fat diets. Now, when you hear the word low-fat diet, it sounds very positive because it sounds like you're lowering your fat. It sounds like you're reducing fat, which means that you're probably losing weight. Not always the case because what we found, or what researchers have found, is that at this point in time, healthy fats are actually more beneficial and more necessary uh, than your low-fat diets. And we'll talk a little bit about why. And I think you guys will be very surprised and very enlightened in the information that we cover. So let's get into it. All right, so you go to the grocery store and you see the word reduced fat. What you could be seeing possibly is you could be seeing that company or manufacturer replacing the fat, reducing the fat by increasing the carbohydrates. When you have these refined sugars and starches, what happens is once they've been ingested into the body, your body is going to process these refined starches very quickly. Now that doesn't sound very bad, but it actually is, because what you'll have is that translates to the increase of your blood sugar and your insulin levels. And ultimately, it increases the possibility of weight gain. So you want to be very careful when you see that reduced fat, because again, a lot of times they're just substituting the reduced fat for additional sugars and carbs. All right, so let's talk about saturated fats. With saturated fats, you're speaking more about like your red meats, butter, ice cream. A lot of times they're very likely to be a common dessert, or like I said, a red meat. But as long as you have these saturated fats in moderation, they're not as harmful as like a trans fat or something that could really put your body at risk. Again, these are not good. Saturated fats are not something that you should have, but it's going to be kind of hard to avoid saturated fats because they're in a lot of things. You just want to be careful in the amount that you consume and just consume in moderation. Right, so let's talk about bad fats. Bad fats or trans fats, as they're also put as, are going to be basically the worst type of fats to consume. Thankfully, there's been a lot of trans fats that have been removed totally from the market, so you likely won't have a lot of them. But what you want to be careful or be on the lookout for when you're talking about bad fats or trans fats is hydrogenated oils. So anytime you see the word hydrogenated oils or anything similar to that, you want to be mindful, you want to be careful of that, because likely those are going to be the type of fats that your body is going to reject, or should be very harmful to the body, because although you may be able to still digest it, your body internally will have a hard time with it. All right, so let's talk about your good fats, right? Primarily, our good fats are going to be broken up into two different types. That's your mono unsaturated fats and your polyunsaturated fats. And primarily, when you're talking about good fats, you're talking about a couple of different oils. You have your sunflower oils, canola, and your olive oil, to just name a few, as well as you have things like fish, which was good omega-3 and good fats, kind of like your good oils from fish. And then you have like your nuts, as well as avocados. So those are all really good fats that your body actually can take in and use very well, and actually lowers the risk of high blood pressure, as well as a lot of other health benefits. Excellent. So in closing, ultimately, don't strive for a low-fat diet. Okay, ultimately, don't strive for a low-fat diet, go more to try to include or add to a healthy fats diet. And by doing this, by allowing your body to increase the amount of healthy fats you ingest and decrease bad fats like your trans fats and your saturated fats, those things will be a great improvement in your health and well-being and your wellness overall.